What's going on today, guys? My name's Trey. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about Jordan Peele's second trailer for his upcoming film titled Us. Let's get into it. Before we get into my thoughts and opinions on the trailer, I also just wanted to give a huge shout out to Jordan Peele. I was watching the Super Bowl just for the commercials, but I watched the Super Bowl and I saw that he's like the new face of the Twilight Zone, which I love the Twilight Zone. Like the Twilight Zone for me was an escape, and I love vintage films and I love black and white. So to see that Jordan Peele's the new face of the Twilight Zone, like I couldn't think of a better person or representation of horror and suspense to play that character. And I'm sure he's probably wrote a few of the episodes as well. I'll have to do more research, but man, like shout out to whoever came up with that idea to make him the face of the new Twilight Zone.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
So first and foremost, this trailer is completely different from the first one. I don't know if you guys noticed that. There was no I Got 5 on it film score. It was pretty to the point, and there's a lot of great detail and information that I found readily available and was so noticeable in this trailer. So one of the first things I wanted to point out was the clouds, and I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, like, what do the clouds have to do with anything? And like I said, this trailer and Jordan Peele, like he's giving us little clues. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's one of the scenes is where the young girl, the young Lupita, is walking down the beach, and there's this like thunderstorm going on in front of her. And also as they're driving down the PCH, you also notice that it's pretty cloudy. Like for it to be summertime, which I'm guessing it is, it seems pretty cloudy to be driving down. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, well Trey, what do clouds have to do with anything? Well, like I said, there are always going to be clues that can be found in initial trailers, second trailers, and then final trailers that come out right before the movie's released. But these clouds, there's just something that's a little bit funky and weird about them. So as we see the younger Lupita as she's walking down the beach, it's in the evening time, and it might not even be the evening time because obviously there's this like dream-like sequence that's supposed to be happening. But we see her walking down the beach, there's a storm in the background, and we notice that these clouds, they're just starting to sort of billow, and it's just weird for California. Also, another thing I wanted to acknowledge is as the family is driving down what I believe to be the PCH or some sort of thoroughfare alongside the beach, we notice that it's pretty cloudy and overcast out. And if you're familiar with California or the Bay Area in general, we do know that it can be cloudy to an extent. And I'm just wondering if Jordan Peele is going to use that to his advantage and sort of use the cloud cover as some sort of negative energy or some sort of path that leads, you know, the family into, you know, a bad place, which eventually we start to see the film sort of taking that negative approach. They get discovered at their home by their doppelgangers, or the Tethered, as we learn that's their name is. But I'm really curious to know more about these clouds. Another really important piece that I wanted to point out as well, which I'm sure you guys noticed this as well, is fire. Fire plays a major role in this film. Somehow, some way, fire plays a major role. So we noticed the part in the first trailer and the second trailer where the family is gathered in the living room together, and when the little boy turns around, we notice that the flame comes on immediately. We notice, you know, there's a scene where people are walking in fire, like the young boy apparently was burned somehow. So fire plays a pretty important piece in here, and maybe this Jordan Peele might be using the elements to his advantage, which this might be getting a little bit too deep into things, but I feel like he's really using the elements to his advantage in this film. Another thing I wanted to point out as well, and forgive me, I do have to read this one, but there was, I wrote down some notes. There was a part in the film, or in the trailer, where we see Jeremiah 11:11 we see that symbolism used, and basically Jeremiah 11, and I quote, "Therefore, thus says the Lord, behold, I am bringing disaster upon them, and they cannot escape. Though they cry to me, I will not listen to them." Now that is chilling, because if we look at the film script, we notice that the family, the original family, quote unquote, they are the ones that are terrified. They're scared. They are, you know, met by their doppelgangers or the tethered for the first time, and they don't know what the hell to do. They're confused. They're delirious. They're just going crazy. And so I feel like we start to see 1111. I think the guy has it like on his forehead. Somebody's holding it on a sign. Like, there is some crazy stuff going on here. And shout out to Peele for once again giving us these tiny little clues that I know is all gonna make sense once the movie is released. Now, something else that's pretty apparent as well is the scene where the guy's holding the T-arms. That part of the beach plays a pivotal role in this film, and I've heard so many different theories about there's something going on in that forest, and then there's the fox, and then there's all these different, like, it's just the perfect storm for some sort of portal into another world or another realm. And I know for a fact that either that's where the tethered come out of, like that's where they're from, and that's where they get out of, no pun intended, but that portal plays some sort of pivotal role. That area of the beach plays some sort of pivotal role, and I know we're gonna see that when the film is released. Okay, and the final point that I'm gonna make is I really feel like cloning is like the ultimate premise of this film. It plays a major role. We see the rabbits, we see the Rorschach tests, we obviously see that the tethered do exist, like they're pivotal parts of the film and of this alternate universe, which I ultimately feel like is in the same universe as Get Out, but we'll save that for a later video. But cloning definitely plays a major role here somehow. We continue to see the rabbits, and it's a real issue. I don't know what it is, but like, I've been hearing a lot about cloning and stuff, and I think that Peele, I'm not saying that Peele's trying to like give us any spoiler alerts on reality or anything like that, even though hint hint he might be, but like cloning has really been talked about a lot, and I think that this is going to be a great film because it's going to answer a lot of questions for some people, as weird as it may sound, but it's going to really help to bring light and awareness to an issue that a lot of people see as being real. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to say that it's fake. I'm not going to say that it's real, but it's just an issue that's being addressed out here in the world today. So I know this video is a little bit shorter than my last one, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you have any theories, like, let me know. I really appreciate the response that I got from the last video that I made, and you guys gave me some great ideas and had some awesome theories. So just let me know in the comments section if you have any more questions, concerns, comments, anything whatsoever. I have a feeling they're going to release one more trailer before the official movie release date, which has been moved from March 15th to now March 22nd, which that's also pretty interesting as well. But we'll see what happens with the film. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have an awesome day and keep watching the films while you can. See ya. Bye.